Hey, what's up, AfterBuzzers and Siren fans? So we are back for another episode. You guys, The Last Mermaid was filled with so much. Rin mates on land, Xander can't reach Nicole, and Ben finds a new wing to the military. Stay tuned for more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Thursday. We are so excited to be back. It is another Thursday, episode 14. We were trying to figure this out. Yeah. Episode 13, episode 14. Yeah. There's only 16 episodes in total for season 2, you guys. So we're almost
there.
Towards the end. And with last week's interview with Rena Owen, we are so thankful that she was able to make it last week. She told us that we are in for a treat for the season finale, which is, we can't wait. So there's so much to cover, but before we do that, I want to go ahead and introduce my lovely co-host. How are you doing today, Karla?
Good. I can't believe it's flown by. We're almost there.
I know.
Can't wait for the finale. It's been
amazing. Are you having a good Thursday?
Amazing Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your Thursday.
I know,
it's been
you
a little
guys.
rough.
This Thursday has been one of those Thursdays, and I'm like, I think Mercury's in retrograde, and it totally is. But we're going to make it through. We're here, Siren. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about Rin. We're going to talk Helen, Ben, and Xander. And then we have some news and gossip for you guys. And then we'll do our special segment. And we'll close out with some predictions. So without further ado, let's start out with Rin.
Well, there's a lot going on with Rin. Especially that I love how she just makes the call about like the mating.
Yeah.
It's like, not now, we're here. Or like, it's just so funny. I can't get over how direct she is.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just wondering, where is Levi? Like, Levi, they jumped in the water together and somehow Levi is gone.
So I actually forgot about that part, but I guess my prediction would be wrong. I thought the military took him. That's the impression I was under the whole show. It's my prediction.
Oh,
but
okay.
I forgot they jumped in the water together.
They did jump in the water together.
But then wouldn't Rin know where he's at if they went in together?
I feel like, okay, this can be a little bit out there, but I have a feeling that Levi really doesn't want to mate. And we know that. So I feel like if he jumped in the water, he booked it. He was like, look.
Bye, girl. Oh my
this
God,
is not
her.
He curved her. He ghosted her, and he was like, sorry, we are not having a baby. And he basically leaves her, and we find this new person. I didn't find a name, and I didn't hear a name for the new Siren, but he's a very handsome new Siren, and she just shows up on land with him. She's like, oh, this is the person I'm mating with. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
that would be so
like,
crazy.
Yeah, that's like so random. Or like, they knew each other though, right?
They knew each other from the waters.
I thought it was a random, like a one-night stand. You know, like, come, let's go.
Like, you need to have babies, I need to have babies, let's go make a baby. But Ben is not liking this mating thing, you know? Especially she's mating. I think it would be okay if she were mating with Levi. He probably wouldn't feel as, like, not necessarily intimidated, but he probably wouldn't feel as jealous as he does now, because this is a complete new character, somebody that we don't know anything about and that we're, like, barely meeting.
The thing is he jealous though? I feel like I originally thought he was jealous, but with time I don't really know how to read his emotions anymore, because I feel like the whole time he was like, do we trust him? Do we trust him? I don't know. I don't really sense it as jealousy, to be honest.
What do you sense it as?
I think it's more like a territorial thing. Or do they go hand in hand? Maybe.
No. Maybe being...
It's like a little possessive. It's weird.
He's possessive.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the word.
Because it's a little controlling. It's just, it's much. And
yeah.
I don't think
it's controlling.
Yeah, 100. But I think he's losing it.
He is losing it. He had a complete illusion where he basically does the same thing that his, like, grandparent did. Is it his grandparent? Yeah.
Someone in this family tree.
Yeah.
There's so many Paulos.
I know. We're trying to find all of them at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess you can say he's going a little mad just to be safe.
No, yeah, 100%. But I think a lot has to do with the fact that he keeps hearing the song.
Yeah.
Which will happen with Dr. Decker. Like, he became so infatuated with the song. And then remember that the, like, brain gets affected by it and they, like, the black clouds and all that? I think that's what's happening to him.
I think so, too. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, but he needs to get it in check because we found a way to cure this, and it's not going to help him if he keeps going back and listening to the Siren song. Like, that's totally not going to help. So I'm hoping that he kind of is able to I think this illusion is really going to help him be like, oh my gosh, I need to get my life together, because if I don't, I could end up doing the same thing that I could repeat history again, you know?
I wonder if he knows that Caleb did that, though. I mean, we don't know that Caleb had a factor in killing everyone or not, like his family tree. Do we know that?
Yeah, no.
To be exact. Well, they think that's what happened. That's what Helen was saying, that they think that Caleb's the one, because in the letter she describes how he became aggressive. He started becoming aggressive and he knocked the mom over when she was 6 months pregnant. So I wonder if Ben knows this much detail about, like, their history.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember something because right now I'm kind of confused.
Okay.
And maybe you could clear some of my confusion.
Okay.
So, Caleb, is Caleb the original person who created the massacre, or was it somebody else down the line?
I think it might be him.
Because if it was him, then this whole time Helen has been telling a story about his great-grandpa? His grandparent?
His great-grandpa, I would assume. Yes. If someone in the live chat knows too.
Yeah, if you
give us
guys
help.
look, you guys, I'm normally like, I know exactly like the family and what happened, but after Caleb and Daphne were introduced, I feel like I'm missing something. So if I am missing something, you guys can totally help me out because there's no better fans than you guys. But yeah, so I definitely have to look more into that to kind of like understand a little bit more about the family. But yeah, it's interesting.
Well, history's definitely repeating itself.
Yeah.
100%. I just wish...
It skipped to one generation, but it skips like a generation every so and then, you know?
Usually. I just want Ben to know, or like, because they went into the ocean to get healed, right? Maddie seems fine now. Because she was also having like illusions, and now he's like going back to his old habits.
Yeah,
he's like a druggie.
Basically, it's like his
fiending.
Like she is like his own personal brand of heroin. Basically,
I wonder if they mated or like had, because they stopped having sex, right? I haven't seen him have sex lately. I wonder if he had like more.
That was like the last scene that we saw with them, all three of them together. And they were like, "Oh, we can't go back to your apartment."
Oh yeah, Ben and Ren. Well, she's been mad at him, so I wonder if him getting like love from her, or like them making love. I wonder if that like kind of helps his problem.
I think that makes it worse because he becomes more like. I think the Siren song is what helps him be mentally connected to her, and I think that the physical touch is what makes them be like more physically connected. So I think that in all ways it's really not helping him, but I don't know, you guys, we need to find out what's going on with Ben, because clearly Ben is not doing great.
This is not going to end well.
Yeah, this is not going to end well because history repeats itself, and we definitely don't want that to happen. But what else? Rin decides to forgive Ben. That happens in this episode. Rin decides that it's going to be okay. She doesn't want him to be upset, and she doesn't want him to not be okay. So she forgives him for not necessarily not telling her the truth. I thought about it a little bit more later on in the day as the days went by, and I guess he didn't lie to her because he basically didn't lie. She never asked. He just didn't tell her the truth.
I think it's so... I was actually thinking, because I agree with you. I don't think what Ben did was, like, all that horrible. But I think, like, in the ocean is love that in depth? Because she seems
we don't even know if love is something that happens in the ocean.
It seems like there isn't, because she is, like, so betrayed by it. But it's, like, in reality,
also, the ocean is a, like, matriarchy.
Oh.
And girls are just like, we run the world and we don't really need them besides for mating.
Yeah. So, I agree with you 100% though. She was a lot more hurt than she needed to be. But when Maddie explained it to her, like, look, just because your family does things doesn't mean you're like that. Or like you had a preconceived notion of us and we're so different.
Yeah.
So I think she really helped Rin come to like
An understanding that, like, it's okay. Yeah, makes sense. By the way, it's super sad that the water is so polluted that they can't mate in the water because it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's so sad.
I was like, well, that's basically us killing the ocean.
That basically is what's happening now. Even with like creatures, like mammals and stuff. It's, they're becoming extinct because we suck.
Basically. Do you think Ben's gonna get better?
No.
Really?
I think it's gonna get... Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's gonna get worse. But I think I'm surprised that no one's catching on to this. Like, no one's even aware of like his hysteria.
Well, because he hasn't really shared it, and like we only see it, but when it happens, it kind of like happens in private, you know?
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I would assume
he doesn't.
Like, even with Maddie, they're supposed to be really close.
Yeah.
And even then, she like doesn't like if your friend
like,
is off, you know she's off. You know.
Yeah, you know they're off. But also, Maddie had her times when she was off. She was in front of them. She wasn't like in hiding. And right now, it's kind of been like Ben has been doing this, but in private.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. But I think the only way he's gonna like get saved is if someone notices, because he's not gonna save himself. How?
Yeah,
he's too deep into it. Yeah.
I think, honestly, I think that the solution is really gonna help him to move forward with just being like, okay, I need to get myself to feel better. And we hope he feels better because there's a lot of babies on the way, or at least we hope.
We hope so.
Xander comes across two beautiful new mermaids. Well, one of them isn't new. The other one is new. She's a hunter. And it's mating season. And they're trying to find people to mate. And one of them, the hunter, is just like anybody at this point. But the other girl, she's smart. She's been on land. And she's like, no, he's not from water. It's not going to work. Which is nice. I thought we were about to witness something bad. I was like, this is how it went down in Siren. But no, the girl was smart. They save her twice because she decides to be spontaneous. And then Xander delivers the girls, and they all go to make a baby.
Yeah, I was like, is this like an orgy? Like, how does this work?
I know. It was, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to save your race or your
your race technically.
Yeah, your race or your species.
If this was real life, that guy's living the dream.
Yeah, seriously. He's like, choo. But we're all living the dream here.
Yeah. I love when like the last girl, the one that's been attacking everyone,
the hunter,
and him see each other, it was like an immediate connection.
I know.
It was so funny. I was like, oh my god, this girl's about to get it.
I know. She was like super excited.
Yeah, I wonder how this whole human baby, or it's not a human baby, but like a mermaid on land works.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think it'll be really interesting to see if the baby is like a human form or like a hybrid, or if it's going to be a siren. We see that it's going to be born in water. So will we see a transformation right away? Like, there's so much that could happen that we don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Did you notice it was like a room full of people watching her give birth? I'm assuming she was giving birth.
Yeah. They're doing like a whole ritual with like the hybrids because they're gonna watch the first.
Yeah, I was
siren
like, that's
baby
so
be
awkward.
born. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about like people having their kids in water, and like it's totally a thing, because most people don't want to get like an epidural, and it's supposed to be like safer, and it's more of like a natural way. But I would be so scared. I want to be like
drugs.
Yeah, I would be like
aware.
I want to be half asleep, please. But yeah, there's so much, you guys. I'm just kind of trying to wrap all the thoughts together. But before we move on, we just want to give you guys a shout out and thank you guys so much for joining us here every Thursday. We really, really appreciate it. AfterBuzz is a wonderful platform that allows us to do exactly what we want to do. But let us not stop here. There are so many channels that you guys can go ahead and tune in, watch our other after shows, give us a thumbs up, give us some ratings, give us some comments. We do read your guys' comments, so just let us know that you're there. We're here. We have you guys in the chat, so we're always reading the chat. You guys are the best fans ever. So we're also on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating. I think it's 5 stars on iTunes. I was gonna say a thumbs up. That's for YouTube. So yeah, thank you guys so much for making us the ESPN of TV Talk, and we will continue on talking about Helen.
Helen's one-liners.
Helen.
I love them. She's amazing.
Yeah, Helen has the best one-liners since like last episode till to like this episode. She was like, "Oh, yeah, maybe you could get a piece of that action." I'm like,
She cracks me
I
up.
know.
I love it.
She's like that person that you just want to hang out with all the time because she's gonna say something great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
But right now Helen has had a really tough story this season because she's been finding out a lot about her family, past, present, future, maybe with Ben being around. But her parents' graves are gone. And we come to find out that towards the end of the episode that the military does have them. And this could be very dangerous for Helen, Beth, like all the hybrids, because they'll know that they exist. Do you trust Beth?
I feel like after this episode, I do.
Okay.
I feel like maybe her off-putting personality comes with her being very controlling just because she wants her people to be okay, which makes sense, but it's a little much just because like we don't really know the real risk, but she's just afraid of everything possible like happening. But I feel like now we saw a softer side of her when she was speaking to Helen and when she got her apology, so I don't dislike her so much anymore.
I know.
Yeah, so I hope she has nothing to do with Levi though. I feel like that's also a possibility.
That is totally a possibility. Well, what I was thinking is it totally is going to depend. But I think that maybe we could start trusting her only because we do see her in the previous that she shows up when Rin is about to have her baby and she seems like very excited. I just think that she, you know how some of the Sirens act awkwardly? I think that maybe that's why she acts the way that she does, because she just doesn't really know how to act.
Yeah.
You know?
Because she knows the truth.
Yeah.
So it's like, how does she really fit into society, or like who really gets her?
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Yeah.
So maybe it's like maybe we can trust her, but not so much.
We're still pessimistic.
I really want to be able to trust her, but she's done so many weird things that I'm not really sure that I will be able to.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel that way about Nicole. I still don't like her. Is that mean of me?
No, because there's only so much that Nicole can control, and she doesn't necessarily like, she trusts the military like more than she trusts like the people that.
I think that's like her life, because it's so like it's in her family so much that it's like to her it's like above everything else. But I could never above people I care about. No, I'm sorry.
I know
she's bothering me this episode.
Yeah, I get it, but she's gone right now, and we don't really know where she is, which kind of leads us to our next topic, which is Ben finding a new wing in the military.
That was creepy. I was not expecting all that.
Okay, so first of all, we're here at the military base because we are trying to find Nicole, because Nicole is not answering any of her messages, which is weird. Yes. We know that they've done something to her, and I feel like she's in a cage somewhere in the back, or they've put her to sleep, or something's going on. They shipped her off. She's nowhere to be found. We don't know why. This guy somehow decided to come up, and he's like been taking over. So now we're like, where's Nicole? Ben is brave enough to go inside, and he follows I guess he would be like the commander person.
No, he is the commander.
Yeah. And he comes into a whole brand new wing of the military, where he finds the fact that they've been spying on them, and they printed out pictures, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I understand if you're gonna watch the footage, you watch it, but like, why are the pictures of different angles like necessary, you know, of like
It's odd.
and it's kind of like, what are they like? I understand it's all research, but at the same time some of it can be super creepy. And then we have what else does he find?
He also finds the bones.
Yeah,
So I'm guessing from the grave, there's like a bunch of bones, like
the bones are from
the graves, right?
the graves, Helen's parents, which is kind of like, oh my gosh, that they can't test them. They have to do something, which makes me think like, what are they gonna do? You know, are they going to burn down the place, like, or what's going to happen? Because the last time we thought it was going to be okay because Donna burned everybody and she like was able to go out and like just make it all happen. But now it's kind of like they have these remainings, they need to get them out. Donna's body is in there, and we Donna's body is still
Intact.
like, and yeah, she still looks
pretty normal,
which is awful. And they're gonna find out that they already know that that's probably Donna because they have footage from the previous accidents that they had with her. And then the last one is Chris. You guys, I called this like back then. I think they cloned him, or maybe it's him, but the mermaid blood or like the gushes or like whatever happened because he did get an attack is it's her, like it went inside him and it's doing something. But it also Chris also looked weird, so I'm not really sure.
So weird. Like, first of all, he was never that well put together in like real life. So he looked so well put together. I thought it was gonna be Ben's dad. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know. I just kind of thought. But then when I saw him, I was like, what the hell? But his accent is also different. I don't know if you noticed that.
His accent was different.
I was like, this is a complete different. His complexion. I think they're experimenting on him. They have.
I think so too. Yeah. I don't know. It was weird. He's totally an experiment. We know that for sure because, I mean, he was sitting down in this military base watching
cartoons in black and white.
Yeah.
It was so awkward.
So, I guess we'll see. But there's so much, you guys. We'll have to do some predictions because I'm like, my next thoughts are going into predictions. But before that, we want to do our special segment that Karla has prepared for us.
We have our I Spy a Mermaid, and this week it's from 1493 from the one and only Christopher Columbus. So he's one of our world explorers, one of the first.
Whoa, that scared me. I thought it was
water's rushing.
Yeah, I was like, what happened?
So when he was near the coast of the Dominican Republic, he sighted 3 mermaids. And unlike other world explorers, there was another world explorer called Captain Smith, who claimed he saw 3 mermaids, and to him they were beautiful, like majestic creatures. But Christopher Columbus says that they were not cute. They're pretty much masculine looking, not very attractive. And instead of kind of being intrigued, he was just unfazed by them because he had seen them in previous times, but never logged it. But now it's interesting because they think that what he saw was manatees. So it's a lot of interesting things. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder imagine like if that was true though. That's so crazy.
That is crazy.
And then to be unfazed by them, I'm like, you're seeing something completely different, and he just thought nothing of it.
But see, the thing is that it was a different time, and like now, I feel like now people get so easily amused by everything. It's like, I'm just like, okay, I get it, it's amazing, but there are certain things where like, wow, you know. But imagine you're back then, there's no cell phones, and you just come across this, and like you've heard tales of it because like there's probably older people that have talked to you about it, like before it was all word of mouth, you know. And then you come across one, you're just like, oh, like this is it, you know. Because I think like before it wasn't necessarily like, oh, don't believe in this. Now there's like all these things that have been invented and like why they're not real or whatever. But before I was kind of like, oh yeah, it's normal if you see one because there is one, because there were so many stories of people seeing them, you know.
Yeah, or like the fact that it's even exploring the world, like anything new he saw was probably normal because you see new things all the time.
Yeah,
you know? So,
that's true. Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's crazy. That's so cool. Well, on a different note, you guys, we do have some news and gossip for you, which
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yay! Which we are a little bit late on it because the premiere of it was last week. But if you saw the Mulan trailer, you probably saw a familiar face in it. Dr. Decker had to pass away in Siren because he went to go film Mulan. He is going to be in the new live-action Mulan movie that's going to be coming out soon. So you guys should totally go check it out because our Dr. Decker, Mr. Ron Yuan, is going to be there, and we are so excited for it. Now let's get into some predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay.
You
Should I
can
go
start.
first? Okay. I think Ben is going to end up killing someone. I don't know who it is. I think maybe the guy that doesn't have a name that just came in.
That they mated
That
with?
they're all mating with. I think he's going to hurt someone.
Mm-hmm.
I think... Oh, what do I think? Okay, I think he's going to hurt someone. I think Levi or Beth. No. Beth or the military have Levi. And I think Nicole's also she's been captured, and they're probably just, I think she wasn't really helping the case move fast enough, and she was really in the way. I think they noticed like that she was on their side with like Xander and Ben and all of them, so they had to get rid of her. Or imagine she's even dead, maybe. That'd be crazy. So I'm so extreme. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking.
I was like, okay. My prediction has to do with Ben. I think he's going to get caught. Definitely. He's asking for it. He's totally going to get caught. And they're going to do some sort of like code red that's going to go around the whole military base. And Xander's going to see, and he's going to like automatically know. So he's going to be like, he's going to book it out. And he's going to go tell the people that he's in danger. They're probably going to go in there and try and find him. They can't keep him in for too long because like Xander knows. And so they'll probably have to go in there and free him. Maybe wherever they end up caging him or putting him in, he might be close to Nicole, or he might see where Nicole is being sold at. But yeah, I don't know that Ben is going to walk so easily out of this. Everything that he's found, it's a lot of information that could put him in a lot of danger. But other than that, we're totally going to... I think they're going to save the remainings of Donna and like her, the parents or something. They might make something up. I don't know. I don't really know.
I feel like there's so much going on that there's really no telling where any of this is going.
I know. And then also now we know that for sure it was Nicole who told the military where the remainings were, because how else would they have known? Like there's no way that they found it, which totally sucks.
Yeah,
but
that does. Yeah.
I mean, that's why they were like, she probably went against them. They were just like, no, don't do this. And then she was like, bye.
Yeah. Or maybe she just like left town because she knew like...
Or maybe she left town. I don't think so. I think she's definitely being caged somewhere. We're going to find out very soon. But until then, we'll have to wait till next week's episode, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on another lovely Thursday. We will be here next week at 7 p.m. But before that, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Karla L. Contreras and Twitter at Karla_C.
And you guys can find me on Instagram at I am Karla Beltran. And of course, don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms at AfterBuzz TV. We'll see you guys next week. Ciao!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.